Yo, how's it going everyone? It's that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream, or early for me, 7 AM. We have the new Battlefield reset coming out in around 30 minutes time, which also brings with it the EZA for the LR BABADI and DABURA. Hopefully, we'll be able to actually get the medals to do their EZA. I didn't think about that in advance, and I bought the copies of them from the shop with the Battlefield currency to get them to Rainbow, because I'd actually never bothered to buy the dupes for them before. I need to remember that, of course, you then also have to buy their medals with the Battlefield currency once they actually get added into the shop, because they, of course, were not added in, or will not be added in until this Battlefield comes out. So, as we've discussed, we were talking about on a recent stream, Global has this issue where because we've skipped a couple of battlefields to catch up to JP, we haven't gotten as much currency. So there is the actual possibility that I might not be able to EZA them, because I might not be able to get all of their medals. So obviously we're going to get all the currency that we get for doing the completion of this reset battlefield, but I can't remember exactly how many you get in one go. And so yeah, unironically, it might not be enough. So, and as I said on the stream the other day, like, I have done every Battlefield since Battlefield came out. But yeah, I might not have enough Battlefield currency to get all of their EZA medals, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, the reset has all new enemies. We're basically now on the same set of enemies as JP. So that's interesting. Apparently Metal Cooler is the final boss and can be quite hard, but we'll see. So yeah, we're just going to get our dailies done and that out of the way here, and be set up ready for the Battlefield drop. If it disappear from YouTube and Discord, I've got on a new phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, hopefully you can get it all set up. Getting a new phone set up can be annoying, so hopefully it goes smoothly. Alright, so I was just using up some of my boosts here. We'll get the actual daily missions done and out of the way. I don't know how many I did towards the progression of the using a bunch of items for that anniversary mission. Yo, Warzone, how's it going? Actually, that's fine.
Alright, let's do this.
Cooler Battlefield gonna be interesting. Yeah, I mean, the heroes team should be able to handle it fine. Apparently it can be debuffed, and a lot of the heroes characters do that, so I don't know what typing is gonna be. The auto would have done that anyway, I'm sure, but might as well try where we can to build towards that. One of the anniversary ticket missions is like beating stages only using super attacks. And with my link level team, I think that I'm using a leader that doesn't cover the entire team. So unless they get good orbs, some of them don't get a lot of keys, so won't get a super. There's the AGL Broly OST. Just think the anniversary banners will be in the game just over a month from now. Usually it's the 7th of July. I think it's the 9th this year. Although it's always the same. Usually it's the same day because it's the anniversary, right? But the 7th would be a Sunday. So I don't know how they're doing it. But alright, well. I don't think everybody's getting a super this time. Damn, we were close. I wonder if it counts though, like, because if you just kill the enemy, like, because obviously they're going to kill Roshi, so we only did super attacks, we didn't do any normal attacks. Does that count, or does it just have to be, or does it actually mean like everybody has to get enough key to do a super? I probably should have just checked the number of completions before and afterwards to see, but I mean, if that happened to be the last one and we now complete the mission, then we would know. But apparently they buffed the battlefield on JP. Okay. Because, yeah, someone in the stream yesterday was saying that apparently Truth was having trouble with Metal Cooler. So that would have made things very interesting for Global. But they doubled the base attack of Metal Cooler. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, how's it going, Proton?
All right, let's do this.
I'm supposed to be bringing the items to use as well. Forgot about that. We were doing the thing yesterday where we just spam like the 8 health drinks in order to get the build up for the use the items missions. Key guaranteed stuns. Is that true? If it's part of his passive, then it will only be for 1 turn. If it's part of the super attack effect, then it's 2 turns. But I don't think anyone has a super attack effect where they have a 100% chance to stun. Well, I guess. Because, yeah, like, SCR Super Vegeta has a guaranteed stun, but it's in his passive, so it means it's only for 1 turn. I've got 2 missions. Let's check our missions. I think GT bosses versus Cooler. Now, we'll probably do... I'll do what I always do, right? Where we beat the first enemy with low-class warriors, so we have both of our typing teams, that is, whatever the boss typing is, type advantage over him, and then the heroes team as well. Oh, there you go. Make sure you get these done. Remember, these are the weekly ones, so... Okay, mine's moved now, obviously, because we've actually finished the last one. But we only got 4 days left. These are just the beat stages, only using supers up to 15 times. The ones that last until basically pretty much the anniversary, or to at least to the countdown campaign. Still 26 days left. Yeah, so use 80 items. We've used 22. I've got to use 2 stamina to get the next one. Clear 80 stages. This is the important one. Log in for 25 days in total. And there's 25 days left. So if for some reason you haven't logged in at all since these missions started, you now need to log in every day from today. Otherwise you won't complete this mission. And then you'll miss out on those 8 tickets, which is free summons on that anniversary banner. Not the main one with the new units on, which obviously is the main one that everybody wants to summon on, but the free ticket banner still has some decent stuff on it. It has LRs on it, and it's free summons at the end of the day, so make sure you're doing those missions. Up to 622 now for my power level. Alright, so let's do... We only need to spend 2 stamina to get that other mission finished. I do still want to be using some items. What have I got to do on this? Okay, we're up to 20 and 30 is the remaining missions for that. Farm that at some point when I've got some more stamina, see if we can get some decent skill orbs. Might as well just do the AGL orb mission for the day. And then, yeah, we'll throw on the health drinks and use those. You gotta try Cooler versus Heroes team. Oh yeah, we'll be using Heroes first, don't you worry.
Alright, let's do this.
And now I'll be recording, because it's the full Battlefield reset, I'll be recording the full run, like from the start, so... Yeah, shout out to Francois for re-upping his channel membership. Member for 22 months, let's go. 2 months away from the Diamond Mask, you'd love to see it. Greetings again, all farming done, now link leveling. Yep, fair. Yeah, I know a lot of people, especially when they add those things like the anniversary countdown missions, a lot of people just go flat out and do them all like as quickly as possible. Fair play. The int LR Guinea Force 12 key just as it stuns the enemy. Oh well, if that is the case, then yeah. Is it really that good? Let's see. Switching around between JP and Global and Dokkan info, it's annoying. Just find them on the wiki. Continue. Yeah, it does say and stuns the enemy, so. Although I think it depends which one you get, doesn't it? Because it's 12 to 14 key, it says that. Then 15 to 17 key is greatly raised attack. So isn't it? Because the 12 key is the rock, paper, scissors thing, right? So it depends who gets the rock, paper, scissors as to whether or not you get the stun, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I had that lined up in the thing and then completely forgot to actually post it. But yeah, there's the, we'll put the link to the second channel in the chat. We finished off our Last of Us 2 playthrough. I didn't use the health potions, did I? I finished off our Last of Us 2 playthrough last night. So the next main game we'll be starting on the second channel is the Rise of the Ronin, which is a game that I was super interested in when it came out and just didn't get it because of other stuff going on at the time. But it's like basically a cross between like Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima and a little bit of Dark Souls, so it's a game that's right up my street. We'll be playing that on the second channel starting next week, well this week at some point, so do check that out. The link is in the chat. Both the 12 keys do it, it's the base. Well, according to the wiki description, one of them doesn't do it. But it could just be the wiki description, to be fair. Alright, try that again and actually remember to use the items this time. Shout out to Jaren as well for re-upping their membership, 22 months. So yeah, both of you guys, 2 months away from the 2-year diamond mask. Good stuff. Alright. Let's not forget this time, there we go. Finally beat the Sword Enemies mission last night. Hey, nice. No new units used. What was the team build that you used in the end then? Yeah, same. That's why it takes me so long to do any of these missions when they put them in. It's like, use an item and beat the stage. It's like, well, I normally don't use items at all. So I end up getting to, like, a lot of the time I'll forget, and then it'll be like the last day of the celebration. It's like, oh, I need to do this mission. I'm now going to have to go and do a bunch of events and just spam items. But this time we'll just get it out of the way nice and early. Big Brad Boss is a level 10. Frieza's army is level 10. Oh no. I mean, that is a decent link, especially if you have him with, if you have Dodoria as like a support and he has that Frieza's army link. STR Vegito. Oh, Buu tanks. Oh yeah, because it's not a full Sworn Enemies team, is it? That's a good point. Since you've been counting, yeah. Always have 9,999, and then when you get them as like a part of a mission or a gift or thing or something, then they get stuck in your gift box, and you have to sell like 100 or something. Right, so that's all of our dailies done here. I'm going to save our Kid Buu attempts, because once we've done the battlefield and hopefully gotten enough medals to actually easy A BABADI and DABURA, then we'll do the actual normal showcase for them, and then might try them against Red Zone Kid Buu as well. Yeah, physical Kid Buu and Buuhan together do go pretty crazy. Z Awaken 8 characters is super annoying. And so is this, with the whole like having to link level the characters again in order to beat some of these missions. I mean, you're only getting those ink eyes, which isn't like the craziest reward, so it's not like you have to do it, but what are the chances for Part 2 Global gets a yellow coin banner with no new units? I would say incredibly unlikely. Based on what's happened for the last like couple of years. Is the Part 2, Global's Part 2 yellow coin banner will either be the LR Ginyu Force or the same unit that JP is getting for the Rose celebration. But they always drop a character from the JP schedule in that slot right before the anniversary. I mean, it's true, the chances are never zero, right? The main thing you shouldn't always think about when it comes to Dokkan is to never say never. Because the number of times that they've done things that they've never done before, even in a time slot where we were expecting something, or we weren't expecting something, and then they did it. Like, so you can never say never 100%, but I don't think it's very likely we won't get a new unit in that slot right before the anniversary. If for no other reason, because that's another slot that they use to like catch up, and obviously with the sync now planned to be happening this year at some point, taking away a slot where another character coming out for Global would be very strange. I've only got 45 of these left now. So by the time we get to the anniversary, this will be done. When I've done all the missions on this. I remember when they added this in, and at first it wasn't retroactive, so people were like, what? 1,000 like times, and it was a once a day mission. So like they added the missions into the game, and it was like, wow, so you can't complete this mission for like 3 years almost. But then they made it retroactive, so it counted all your previous ones, which is why then obviously a bunch of people jumped up a few of the steps. And then of course when they added the power level update thing, it then became a twice a day event, which of course has massively cut down on how much time it takes to fill this out, right? Because you're getting 2 clears every day instead of the 1. And yeah, so that means by the time the anniversary hits, I will have finished this mission, which is another 10 stones, so that's not bad. Right. Shout out to Aiden for re-upping his membership. Lobster Squad member for 9 months. Do you have any Battlefield tips for me? Struggling to get most characters from it other than cheap ones, and I want to use fun stuff like Hachiak. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Battlefield stuff, I would say almost every unit that's available right now from the Battlefield shop, apart from, I guess, probably BABADI and DABURA, because they're going to get their Easy A today. They're all pretty terrible and not worth having. And the problem is that we don't get a lot of Battlefield currency. So if there's a unit that you like for example Hachiak, and you buy all the copies of him, then it just means you then won't be able to buy other stuff. And so like for example, if they do an Easy A for I don't know who would be next after BABADI and DABURA, but let's say they do the Easy A for the next one, and you haven't bought all the copies of them, you also have to buy the medals to Easy A them with the Battlefield currency. So chances are you wouldn't actually be able to get whoever the next one is. It's kind of annoying. They don't give anywhere near enough currency for how much the things in the shop cost. And they keep making, every time there's a new Battlefield LR, they make them cost more Battlefield points as well. But I don't think you get many more points with each new Battlefield. Unless that has changed. I'm assuming it's probably changed at least once since the very beginning, but... yeah, it's Echo Magan. If you transform, then he does the melee super. It's a shame that these are only for the Team Bardock characters. Like 5 additional 5 crit. Sorry, 5 additional 5 crit, 5 dodge, I should say. What a great skill orb that is for one of the Team Bardock characters.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, the amount changed, but it's barely noticeable considering how much everything is in the shop, yeah. Oh, only one thing this time. I guess the other must be random. I wasted 50 turns, but it's good to know Goat. Is that for Kid Buu? Because we did that run on stream and it was kind of funny, but like obviously it's we weren't able to deal the damage. And by the time we'd got like 30 turns in or something, he was back to being on full health. Well, I know Dr. Pritch left his Bota Magetta set after I asked him about it the other day. Well, I don't know how long for. I don't know if it's still set now, but... Yeah, this last one's a massive pain, huh? I brought physical launch to help with the attack lowering. I mean, to be fair, you do because this event has been revamped. You should remember to jump in and do the by beating the stage just once. You do get the oh, they have fully revamped this, huh? Yeah, BABADI and DABURA EZA, because it was weird that it came out, everyone was a bit confused that it came out on JP and then didn't come out on Global, considering it was like a Majin Buu saga celebration. Power Beyond Super Saiyan 1 isn't too bad, depending on the setup, I guess. I mean, I had to be fair, like I say that, but I had to use items to do it the first time, and then obviously did the nuke strategy as well, which we did for a video. But hey, Carnage, how's it going? Finally grinding the Team Bardock EZAs. Yeah, it's worth doing them, at least like for the missions and stuff, but... Yeah, Apathy, how's it going? Power Beyond Super Saiyan with double LR Tech Piccolo. I mean, yeah, technically, because he leads superheroes. So as long as you're running superheroes characters that have the that are on Power Beyond Super Saiyan, then a ton of medals. But the main thing is you get a stone. So
All right, let's do this.
1:26 AM. I was going to say excited for that global battlefield reset, but I think when you say you're a JP player, so come to see how badly global will struggle against the new hero, the new setup with the battlefield metal cooler. Yeah, you don't have to worry about RNG. You get some of the orbs, and then you get a copy of them from the end, right? And then if you get the power level bonus like that, you get multiple copies of them. I guess the easiest way to level the links is like all of these missions. I guess because you're redoing the stages anyway, because of the event revamp, it's going to drop copies of the characters, and then just put them all on a team, and then do like just run one of the quest stages, I guess, or. I wouldn't normally waste it on something like that, but you could do like your daily Roshi mission or something, I suppose, and then your chances are they're going to get like multiple links go up in one go.
All right, let's do this.
I've got 2 minutes until the battlefield reset comes out. That is true as well. It's not just the battlefield currency and like the new enemies and the easy A for BABADI and DABURA. It's the fact you do get stones by beating the whole thing. It's about 20 odd, I think, in total. So, take those. Yeah, Frieza's decent. He's not like, you know, insane. But for a 55% unit, I did the 55% level 1 showcase, and I thought he was pretty good. Hits pretty hard. Defense, raw defense is okay, so he's good at tanking normals, but not really big super attacks or anything. But he can certainly be a fun unit. His build really should be additional and dodge, because he gets a lot of crit built in his passive. But obviously, if he's at 55%, you can't really do much outside of just the skill orbs. I probably can't even accept all of those. It's so many medals. Yeah, a lot of them are just going to be stuck in here. Right, well anyway, just about to drop the battlefield reset. I might change my extreme physical team from being all Wicked Bloodline to being Majin Power. Alright, this is our battlefield reset. And then we have right, yeah, the treasure chests for chain battle are being removed, which makes sense because you can't get the currency for them anymore. Right, so let's have a look then quickly, because the medals will be added to the shop now. Let's see how many I can actually get. This is before doing the battlefield, of course. So you can only get them 45 times, right? Because that's how many you need to do the Easy A. Okay, I can get 13. So with the points that I have, I'm assuming that the battlefield 1 run is going to drop an... Although I've got what? I've got almost 200,000. I don't know how many you get from 1 run, but 200,000 is only enough to buy like 13. So I do actually genuinely think I might not be able to get enough. Alright, so obviously keep the heroes ones in. Take out our Wicked Bloodline ones. And put in Martian Power. Because then it'll be you as the leader and then you as the sub-leader. Alright, let's do this. Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are live on stream. The new Battlefield reset is out for Global, which is a whole new set of enemies. I believe we are now on the same set of enemies as JP, although probably different typings considering the current set won't be exactly the same. But we are going to go ahead and go through the run here, hopefully without too much trouble. We'll see. I know the final boss is Metal Cooler and supposedly could be quite tough. Now we are going to use the same strategy that we always use for Battlefield, which is to beat the first enemy with the low class warrior, basically the Team Bardock team, because you can use Tech Bardock and AGL Bardock. We still have a pretty high leader skill. The free-to-play units are all decent enough, and obviously the first enemy in Battlefield is never particularly tough. And then of course the main rule is that the first enemy you fight in Battlefield, so this Yajirobe, is always the same typing as the final enemy in the Battlefield. So the final boss is going to be AGL. So by using this team, we're not using up one of our tech teams. So that means when we get to the final boss, we'll have both of our tech teams left, which means if he does manage to kill our first team, we'll still have another team that is full type advantage, because the strategy that I like to go with and have done for probably like every Battlefield, I guess, is to use the mono teams. So just all units of one colour versus the boss, whoever's got type advantage. And then of course you still want to try and build categories within those typings, right? So you'll see what I mean as we go if you're not familiar with this kind of strategy. I know some people try and build like all different category teams, mixing and matching all of their units from their box, and I guess that can become quite confusing to remember all the setups depending on how many of these category teams that you want to build. But like for example, we're now fighting Rildo, who is tech, so we're going to use an int team. Mostly, as you guys know, in this game, super type characters and super teams are usually better than the extreme ones, so I normally try and use the extreme teams early on because they're the ones that won't be as good later on. So if the enemy is tech, we use an extreme int team. I realized I picked the wrong sub leader, so let's make sure we do that right. Having these guys with their easy A's, the type supports, are really, really good for this Battlefield strategy, because obviously they make really good sub leaders, 4 key and 150% to the typing. And then if you can build a category, because basically everyone on this team that we've selected is under Piccolo Jr.'s leader skill. So they're all getting either the 170 or the full 200% from him, and then 150 from the Vegeta as well. So works out quite nicely. Right, so we'll do this. I mean, the early fights are never usually particularly difficult, and the big thing about Battlefield as well to remember is that you can usually use a lot of the status effects. So like this Rildo can't be stunned, but that's it. So he can be sealed, he can be attack lowered, defense lowered. Which then obviously makes things a little bit easier for us. And of course, you know, Piccolo Jr. basically just taking him out with the one shot. So yeah, I don't know if the type supports will, when they will next return. That's the problem, is I don't think they've returned on JP since they had their Easy A's and came back on those banners, which obviously Global then got as well around the time of the Dragon Fist and Harudegan celebration. But after that, they haven't returned on JP or Global yet, so we still have no idea really. Alright, so we've got Nail is super int, can't be stunned, can't be attack and defense lowered, and has damage reduction. Okay. So for extreme physical, I just changed that up before this run. I was usually using a full Wicked Bloodline team with the Metal Cooler. But now that this guy has his Easy A, he's got a margin power lead for 180. And then of course we have this guy with the extreme physical typings. So basically just using a margin power team. Might as well use you. You're probably... This guy's probably the worst out of the... out of all of them. Plus he shares the same name. We might as well have as many differently named ones as possible for the links and stuff. But yeah, the earlier stages are usually not too bad anyway. Like I say, if you're building these category teams where you're actually getting like decent leader skills, then it doesn't take too long to take out the bosses. And then obviously with the type support on the first turn, he has guard. We've got the decent few orbs for him here. And then he heals on super anyway as well. So decent setup. That physical Evil Boo awakens from like an SR. He has built-in dodge chance. I think he seals as well, which this guy can be sealed. So I think this guy was like fairly useful for Super Battle Road back in the day. And then of course this Bootanks with his Easy A hits pretty hard. Yeah, so the early stages, not too bad. Getting through those nice and quick. So we take out Nail with the Martian Power team. And then we have... Who was the other one? Pan, who is Super STR. So we do Extreme AGL. And for this one, I use Zamasu. Because Zamasu leads Realm of Gods. But then also just leads Extreme for 130. And then we can run Rildo, who is the Extreme 150 support. Then you're good for tanking, Golden Frieza and Super Buu. Turles, as we do have a super type enemy, so it gives decent support. And then I guess we could bring Rose. Rose gives general support to the team as well. So alright, so again, she can't be stunned but can be sealed. So let's get you some build up here. AGL orbs for you. And then I guess we'll just grab those. So yeah, fairly straightforward so far. It's usually the enemies once you get to level 3 that start to be a little bit more tricky. But even then, you've got to pay attention to the details at the beginning, because those enemies can still have certain status effects. Like some of them might not be able to be sealed, but then can actually be stunned. Some of them, even if they can't be stunned or sealed, can be attack lowered. So it's always useful to know. Of course, you have to pick your units before you go into the battlefield, but it's always good to have units that can do those things, like ready to go. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be GG. Like, with Golden Frieza on his first turn, and with support, like, obviously there's no way Pan's going to be able to do any damage to him. And then, yeah, he just takes her out here. Alright, so far, so good. Let's see who the level 2 boss is going to be. Of course, we're getting all our rewards along the way. Nice few stones, battlefield currency, which we're going to want to use to get the medals to Easy A, BABADI and DABURA. So it's a super physical Kaba. Okay. Well, I mean, I use the extreme STR setup for this with the Cooler team. Then we use a couple of different Wicked Bloodline characters. LR Turles and the TUR version, and then Jace because he has a Scouter. Usually works out quite well. And yeah, Carba. So he can't be attack lowered or defense lowered or stunned, but he can be sealed. Oof. We don't have a good starting rotation here at all. And none of these guys seal. You don't seal, do you? No. Well, I guess we just have to hope for the best. Yeah, it's one of those things where having a Scouter is really useful, except on it's like when it's the turns where you have a Scouter, but you can't really do anything about it. It's like I can see he's going to super me, but I haven't got a unit that I can really put in front of the super. So I just have to hope that the LR Turles army don't get destroyed here. Do some decent damage, and we get the additional super as well. So saves up to 5k free-to-play stones as a returning player. Nice. If you're talking about global, then that's obviously a nice setup ready for the anniversary. So how much is this doing? 184. That's not too bad. And that's the thing about using the category leads if you can, because we're using a mono extreme STR team, but we're using Cooler and the TUR Cooler, so the team has a decent leader skill, which means we have 600k HP. Alright, so you can't be attack lowered, so I mean you raise defense on all supers, so it's probably just best to put you in slot 1. Do that. Do that. And then this Frieza gets tons of key in slot 3 if he's against a super type character, so that should be fine. Yeah, true. Sealess is on their leader skill. Right, this will do a bit of damage as well, but yeah, we got enough to be able to eat that and keep going. So there's no way Carba survives against the 2 coolers here now. They can't be attack lowered, which means this guy is not going to be able to get the bonus extra super, but he does some decent damage. Yeah, he just doesn't need a crit, just takes him out. So yeah, that's the main sort of strategy, right, is always to lean towards doing mono teams where you have type advantage over the boss, and then try and build categories within those mono typings. Because the worst thing is you don't want to build a category team, like say you build a Wicked Bloodline team, and then he supers a type neutral, or even worse, like an int character, and then you just get killed. And then of course with Battlefield, you then have to try and beat the rest of the stage using only the characters you have left, which can then be very awkward if you've only bought a certain number of characters of the certain typing. Because if we then had to use our super STR team to beat him, then it would be like, who do we use against this Buu, right? So speaking of, let's jump in and do him first. So he has dodge, has reduction of damage reduction, and can recover HP. But as you can see, no like immunities. So he can be stunned, he can be sealed, he can be attack lowered. So, and then our super STR team is basically a pure Saiyans team, Super Vegeta, and then Carba as the support. Then we got Dragon Fist Goku, you, decent defense support from you. You can seal, so actually I might bring you, even though these guys are kind of terrible. They did not get a good easy A, but they can seal. Do you seal? You do. I might just bring you. And there you go. So that's the thing. Always try and take advantage of status effects and stuff when you can. Also, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is a really good option for this because the battlefield fights are never super long, so he would be able to tank relatively well. I should have thought about bringing him, but right, well, a lot of orbs for Carba, so he's going to be perfectly fine in slot 1. Then I can do this, get a 24 key super with you, so you get a guaranteed additional. There's a lot of damage we're going to be able to do in one turn. Carba got a decent amount of orbs and has guard, so still took 176k though. So this Buu definitely hits quite hard, because if Carba with 10 orbs is taking that much damage, then that's definitely something to be aware of. he's got a decent amount of HP and he can heal. Typical, of course, that I bought like at least 2 units that could seal on the team, and we didn't get either of them on the first turn. Because getting him sealed up straight away would always be nice. Right, so you don't have to worry about eating a super in the next turn. Okay, well, he's not attacking until later in the turn now, so... Oh, they actually share a decent few links. Interesting. They don't. So if we do that, then we've got him sealed up, and then the Vegeta and Bulma can get a bunch of counters at the end of the turn, so that works out relatively well here. I'll do that. I don't know if the K is misplaced, right? You can't actually have that many stones, can you? Like, I know you can't buy any more from the shop once you get to 10,000. Like, I'm pretty sure, in fact, if we think about how long the game has been out and on average how many stones you get per, like, year, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to have that many. Because you can only buy a certain amount, and then the game's been out for, like, 10 years. Because, yeah, 10k, once you get to 10k, I think you can have more, like, if you complete missions and stuff. But, like, you can't buy any more. So, okay. Stop dodging all my counters. He's also doing a lot of damage, but he is sealed now, so... Oh, okay, nice. Well, rip to you. We get the full Carba heal. Obviously, we're not going to use the Dragon Fist because he's sealed, so he's not going to be able to be supered. Yeah, because I don't know if it's like you've either put 1 digit too many, or because 850,000. If you can only buy up to 10,000, that means you'd have had to have gotten 840,000 just from like farming. Which, I mean, that means the game would have to give out 100,000 stones a year, basically, in order to get to that many, which it absolutely does not. So, but as the age-old internet adage says, pics or it didn't happen. So you can always feel free to post a screenshot in the Discord of how many stones you have. Alright, so that's Fat Buu taken care of. Get him sealed, throw out some counters, and then good stuff. So we got STR Evil Buu. He can dodge, he can reduce damage received and recover HP. So again, you can hit him with all of the status effects. So that's good. And then we have our Super AGL team. So Super AGL was Goku Family, I think, to start with. Yeah, Goku Family or Super AGL. Because obviously this guy has the Super AGL sub-lead. And then you can use Pan, because she's the Super AGL character. So, throw you in there. Might as well put all my Gohan in there as well, I guess. You, Pycon for some support. And then I guess Gohan, actually, because Gohan, I think he can lower attack, can't he? So... Right, well, you might as well be in slot 1 because you have very good slot 1 defense and can stun. Yeah, and he can be stunned, so that would be a pretty good start if we could just stun him straight away here, to be fair. So we'll do that and then do that. Alright. So supered straight away. Oh, I sealed him, damn it. Okay, you can seal on super, which I guess makes sense. He's the one we literally used on our physical scene, but that is annoying because we could have potentially got the stun. I mean, at least he supered Goku, but... Oof, 41k. Alright, bro. That's pretty decent. Okay, so... This is a very bad starting rotation. I say starting rotation. Rotation for this turn. We can't get a lot of AGL orbs for Pan, so ideally no super straight away, otherwise that'd be very bad. We can't get a rainbow orb for Pycon, and if we're putting him in slot 1, which means we don't want to put him in slot 1, ideally. What's her super attack effect again? Oh, it's the allies attack raise, isn't it? So she doesn't stun or seal or anything. So we will have to do this. Yeah, that didn't drop down the AGL orb, so we'll have to the rainbow orb, so we'll have to keep Goku in the middle, yeah, and then do this. Right, he didn't super straight away, so that's good. And then Pan does the super that gives everyone the buff. Ooh, double super means double buff, so Goku should be able to hit pretty hard here as well, all things considered, right, for Goku. You know, he's a 4th anniversary character, so... Not bad, though. Of course, he does have the potential to counter a super. Okay, he's not going to super, he's going to heal, and now Pycon seals him, so... And Pycon can attack lower. I think he probably does still need to get some dodges in there, but... Good, good. Oh no, he takes double digits if he doesn't dodge, so that's fine. So now we've got him sealed and attack lowered, so we should be pretty much locked in here now. So we can go ahead and do this. Get a nice bit of damage done to him on this turn. Yeah, when some of the 120 leads start getting their super easy A's, I can't wait for AGL Super 17. Obviously, he's one of the best of the... He aged the best out of all the 120 leads. But yeah, AGL Pycon doesn't have his first easy A yet. He could be very good. Him and that Tech Janemba. Tech Janemba has the potential to be really good as well. A support unit with big bad bosses. Damage reduction, guard. Like, as long as they make his orb restriction easier to get, like once he gets his easy A. Basically, just make it the same as Pycon. Just make it 1 rainbow orb and 3 type orbs to get all of his stuff in base, like pre-transformation. And then he will be super good. Alright, so we've got the stun. Gohan's getting his additional supers. He might kill Buu this turn, depending on how hard he hits here. I only got an additional normal, which I think is going to... No, it didn't crit. You have to finish him with a super anyway. So he's got 1 HP, but he's stunned, so... Oh, it's been a while since we've used this. Hit him with the old 4-year Goku Kamehameha. Good stuff. Alright. So... Yeah, physical Kid Buu, Super Easy A, and Tech Janemba Easy A. That's the thing. Villain teams are going to get some big buffs from those boys both floating around. So... Alright, so we've got Gohan is Super Tech. So we've got Super Int. So Super Int is Bond of Master and Disciple. So it's you and then you. And then we got you. Vados. I guess Piccolo as well. Actually didn't double. I should have double checked on his like start screen what exactly he does. But it's too late now. Oh, can't be stunned. Is that it? Can dodge. Are all the? It's like all the enemies in the third phase seem to be almost the same so far. Can't be stunned. Can dodge and has damage reduction. So he can be sealed and he can be attack lowered. So. And you only lower attack. You seal, right? Because if we get her to go first, yeah. So there's no attacks in slot 1, so we just get Vados to go first, and she seals and lowers attack from her passive, and then Whis lowers attack, and then Piccolo just does some damage at the end. So because yeah, we've got a few characters on this team that can seal. So yeah, Carnage in the chat saying he has a countdown super. Okay, I see. Well, if we keep him sealed, he can't do it anyway. So And keep hitting him with the attack lower. Although he's going to do the countdown super on the next turn, right? And we don't have another character that can seal on the next turn. We have that in Gohan that has the... he's going to have guard on the first turn. And depending on how many orbs we can pick up, he's going to have very good defense. But... although he gets sealed for 2 turns, so he can't do it on this turn anyway. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Nice bit of support, 60% to everyone on the rotation from the int support Gohan. I need an additional number from this guy. Oh, there we go. Actually have to make good teams now. I mean, that's the thing. When Battlefield first came out, it was tricky because, of course, there were less units then. But yeah, it's like having to field this many TURs or LRs so you can build your separate teams. It's definitely one of the harder things in the game if you're a newer player. But obviously, once you've got enough solid teams set up, because that's the thing, I have the benefit of having like basically every unit in the game. So even if I am saying I'm just building a super STR team, I have the option of every single super STR unit in the game. And then depending on how I want to build it, you just have to make sure you're fitting in the category leads. Because I mean, you could just use like the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who has the 130 lead, and then any other STR character that has like STR types X amount of percent. It obviously just becomes a lot harder if you have the lower leader skill. Right, so do this. Hopefully Vados can get the dodges. Got Cold Judgment active. She's got 300k defense and he is attack lowered, so... Alright, well there you go. Just get the 3 for 3 on the dodges and then we seal him again. So, pretty much got this on lock now. We might even kill him this turn, especially if her getting a double super up to 6.7. Yeah. Whis won't do a lot of damage, but he's good for supporting on the Master and Disciple as well, also with some attack lowering. So I don't know if future Gohan, he's obviously not got a lot of links active here, if any, actually, I didn't see. But I think, actually, no, does he have Cold Judgment as well? But yeah, now he's sealed up, so we don't really have to worry about anything else here. Alright, so just grab those, and then that will be all she wrote. So Vegeta and Trunks I don't think really have any build up yet, but this guy's attack lowered, so yeah, his attacks aren't going to do any damage to them anyway. And now they can just finish him off here. And then even if they don't, if they get bad RNG for their additionals, I think Gohan should finish him off anyway. Alright, I'm going to get the Piccolo unit super. And that's all she wrote for Tech Gohan. Skinny Buu can double super. Ooh. Well, that's the thing, that you got to remember, as I've said already, right, in this run, make sure you're trying to bring sealers and stunners on these teams, because a lot of these characters can be affected by these status effects. So again, this guy can seal you, recovers HP and has damage reduction, but he has no immunity to any of the status effects. So we bring our super physical team. What's my super physical team? Oh, Goku family. So you, obviously God Goku has a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans leader skill, but and then we have Gohan, you. Bardock can seal. Xeno Goku is a Goku family support and can also stun. Let's bring version Z Goku. But yeah, attack lowering definitely helps a lot in events where it is doable. He seal. Okay, he doesn't seal with his super, he just can seal you from his passive. That's annoying. Alright, well, I guess... do I just keep you on rotation anyway? Although you seal, which he can be sealed, so I might as well just get that done first. Because, yeah, Gohan not being able to get any supers is kind of annoying. So we'll just do that and float him off here. Right, God Goku dodging the super, that's good. I'm happy with him taking the normal for double-digit damage if he dodges the super afterwards. So... okay. And then he just heals like straight away. Okay. But then yeah, Bardock can hit him with the seal. Yeah, Garlic Jr. with a dead zone domain. Like the background for the fight is quite cool. That would be a cool domain. But you know what they do though, because they keep doing it with these villain characters. He'd be like the young, like small Garlic Jr. and then transform and create a domain and become the big Garlic Jr. Meaning you wouldn't be able to use... it'd be yet another one where you can't do it like Broly or Rose if you're using another domain. I guarantee they'd do something annoying like that. Alright, so if we do that, then this should be, yeah, 7 orbs for Path to Power Kid Goku. This Buu OST, man. Wouldn't quite fit the theme of our epic battle against Garlic Jr. here. Stun? He didn't stun. You got a dodge though. Turn that. Yeah, so he takes a little bit of damage, but... plus, I guess it's good to keep Bardock on the rotation because it means we can seal again, like, and keep him sealed. Because that's the thing, any of these bosses that can be sealed, as soon as you hit them with the seal, it lasts for 2 turns. So you keep your sealer on rotation, or you can have one on both rotations. Then it means you can just keep them sealed, like, forever, which is obviously very useful. Right, so... I guess we could do this. Try and just get him sealed straight away. Now, there is the possibility that he just supers immediately, but... I mean, if he does, there's just not much I can do about that. Bardock at least has type advantage, which means he doesn't have to get hit once in order to get the guard. He just immediately gets the defense boost if he gets hit. But he didn't super in slot 1, so now we just go ahead and seal him up again. We've already taken off about half of his health, so... unfortunately, God Goku being sealed is a bit annoying, because he is our main damage dealer for this rotation, but... that's fine. Getting some crits on the normal, still doing a decent little bit of damage. And then we have version Z Goku. Hopefully he gets an easy A at some point soon. I think it'd be cool if they gave him an easy A as part of like the 10th anniversary or something. Especially because a lot of new players come in for the anniversary. He sealed Gohan again, bruh. A lot of new players come in for the anniversary, right? So having a good, like, strong free-to-play unit would be a nice little boost. Alright, so just do that. Typical Gohan got stunned, like, sealed every time, so he just hasn't been able to do anything. Character that needs to super to, like, build up. And he's just been sealed every time. Oh well. Got a decent few physical orbs for this Gohan, which in turn gives him a decent bit of crit chance. So a nice little bit of damage from him. But yet again, typical with God Goku being sealed on the previous turn. Like, Ulma Gohan is the unit on this turn that would have been able to do the most damage. And he's the one that gets sealed. Alright, let's see. You can seal you. That's fine. So we'll do that. Get 6 orbs for you. Get the 7 orbs for you, so we get the damage reduction. Of course, he's supered straight away. But fortunately, Bardock's type advantage, so he should be fine. Still 318k though, but spicy. But now that we've got this turn where God Goku is not sealed, should be able to do a solid bit of damage here. We got the enough orbs for him to get the guaranteed additional super, so Yeah, 7.3. That's Bardock with type advantage, like, and he has guard built in, so that bypasses the extreme versus superclass modifier, and then the extra little bit of damage reduction from half to power Kid Goku. So obviously Garlic Jr. does hit relatively hard. You know, we're not talking like red zone boss or anything, but remember when physical Bardock was able to tank? Yeah, back when he first got his Easy A, such a good unit. It was always a bit scary, like you'd have to take the first hit if it's not an in enemy, and then he has guard active. But yeah, definitely very good. Alright, so that brings us to the final boss, which is AGL Metal Cooler. So we have both of our tech teams left, but I always like to use the Heroes team. I don't know why I even bother selecting the LR one when we go to Heroes, because sadly, still no Heroes LRs. But so we use Limit Breaker, Vegito, and then Rose, because we have two 200% leaders for the Heroes team. Janemba. I guess I should have, knowing that well, I didn't know until I actually jumped in, because you can always jump in, see the first enemy, and then back out, and it doesn't count because you haven't started the first fight. So I could have seen that the first enemy was AGL and then put in more tech units. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to use you, Toa for the debuffs and stuff as well. Yeah, God Trunks after his Easy A going to be super good. Shout out to Jade Rex for re-upping their membership 9 months. Love to see that. But yeah, here we go. Double 200% Heroes leads. If we could start off with like a Janemba rotation, that would be good. But let's see what this guy does. Oh, this is not the best starting rotation, but I suppose we can do this. So, may evade attacks, has damage reduction, recovers HP. Okay. Well, we've got none of our status effect characters on the first turn, and Janemba's in slot 7. So, you hate to see that, but I guess we'll just have to see how we go. How much is Vegito taking pre-super with his damage reduction, support from physical Vegito? Only 38k. Then he heals straight away. I say this in the Omega event all the time. I always love it when enemy bosses heal as one of the like first actions of the turn. So I literally I haven't even had the opportunity to attack him. Like he hasn't had even the slightest possibility of losing HP, and then he heals. Alright, so Vegito. Oh, another super. Okay. So he can super multiple times. Vegito did not quite do as well as he would have. He only got 2 supers. We didn't get a lot of crits. He dodged Vegito's super. Okay. And then Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Can we get an additional here? Get an extra stack? That'd be good. We do. Good stuff. Okay. Love to see that. Yeah, Vegito got debuffed as well from the super attack. Now Rose getting supered as well. Jesus. This guy supered 3 times so far this turn. But Rose just eats it like a boss. Hello? She's just double supering in the last slot. Okay. So that's 4 supers on this turn. Is that it? Are you done supering now? 4 supers on that turn. Okay. Interesting. Well, we can do this, so which means Toa won't be getting hit, which is good. That was a spicy turn, wasn't it? He can super 5 times. Bruh. Okay. Don't super as the first attack of the turn. God damn. That's tough. Because Dark Mask King takes the most damage from the first attack. Well, that's 132k. That's not too bad. But now we can start actually... Okay, he's doing it again. I was going to say, we can start using our status effects here now, though, because Dark Mask King lowers attack on super. We also are going to heal, of course, from his super attack. He's going again. Okay. Look how giant the Dark Mask King is, the sprite, for the Metal Cooler sprite. That was funny. But yeah, we're back to full health thanks to the super from Dark Mask King. And then Toa lowers attack as well. And seals. Yep. I mean, if he can be sealed, then... Well, he can dodge. So I guess the worst case scenario is he dodges your sealing character. That would be super annoying. Also, that means the other Limit Breaker Vegito Oh no, there isn't another Limit Breaker for Geo, is there? This isn't a normal Heroes event. I was like, where's the second Limit Breaker for Geo? Well, there isn't one, because we're not using a friend. That means realistically I probably want you floated off, which is kind of annoying, but... is this realistically going to take longer than 6 turns, or do I just use the active skill for Vegeo? I mean, I guess I could wait. Who did I float off on the previous turn? It was Metal Cooler. Yeah, he doesn't give any support or anything. I was going to say, if Toa was getting floated or something and we could get some extra support, then maybe. But I might as well just go ahead and use it to do the big damage. Might as well grab same type orbs where we can, especially because Janemba doesn't have a lot of ki anyway on this rotation, so we'll do that. And then he's sealed, so he's not going to be able to do any damage to Vegeo here anyway. And then we just need Vegeo to actually get his crits in here. He can do some big damage. Because even if he's healing, Vegeo does have the ability to do a lot of damage. Though he fumbles the ball again with the additional supers. Hate to see that. Alright, so with a little bit of attack lowering, everyone will be able to tank well here anyway. Obviously, Janemba needs to be hit a few times in order to get his build up, but he lowers attack as well, so that's good. And then he's got a few hits in here. I think we're looking pretty good, because Dark Mask King is obviously very strong on that second turn, once he's taken like the first couple of hits. He obviously won't be able to seal here, but we know that Rose and him are able to eat these attacks here. And then Toa seals at the end, so that's fine. Gotta get at least one in there, right? Yeah, the cut-in before the super is new. It's from the most recent update. It used to only appear if you were getting an additional normal. If you were getting an additional super, it would just go straight into the super attack animation. Dark Mask King with the double super, let's go. So basically guarantees we're at full health, and it's another attack lower. So, very good. And then, yeah, Rose only got the one super that time. But at least he got 3 supers total before he ends up transforming. And then, of course, Toa hitting him with the seal and another attack lower. So... alright. So we're looking good. We've only got, what, 18, so it's 6 turns left, but... I mean, shouldn't have to worry about that here. As long as Vegeo can actually do what he's supposed to do and actually get his attacks off, but... and that's the thing, Vegeo keeps letting us down, and he dodged as well, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, Rosé's going to transform on the next turn, and Rosé can hit quite hard as well, so... oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I was going to say, I was getting thrown off by the cut-ins again. We were just talking about it, because I've been playing the game for like 6+ years at this point. When I see that cut-in appear in my brain, it's just like, oh, that's an additional normal. But no, Vegeo got the triple super turn, so that helps us out here massively. And then Metal Cooler, of course, can get multiple supers as well. He's not healing this turn, I think, right? Unless he's done it already. It should still show at the bottom, even if he'd done it already, right? So, no heal this turn. Metal Cooler with the extra super. There we go. Yeah, Vegeo not getting his full attacks and crits and stuff off in those first couple of turns is a bit scary in terms of, like, wanting to kill him within a certain number of turns. But... we've now got the, we've now done a whole bunch of damage to him, so now this setup with Dark Mask King and then Rosé, we should be all good. Actually, probably just do that, because Janemba going first is usually better. So Janemba, then Rosé, then Dark Mask King. And then even if he somehow survives this turn, we have 4 more turns. And obviously we have the double Vegeo rotation still. So... yeah, hit him with that, attack lower him again, dodge the super, let's go Janemba. And then in comes Rosé. 10 mil, don't dodge. Yeah, perfect. Alright. So we should kill him this turn, as long as he doesn't dodge the additionals from Rosé. Nice. Okay, I say that, but Dark Mask King, his attack buffs have potentially worn off, so I don't know if Dark Mask King can actually kill him in slot 3, but that's fine. He's got barely any health left now. And obviously Rose, after a double super, easily eats these supers from Metal Cooler. Alright, so not bad. So yeah, you got to focus on, you want to bring sealers, attack lowerers, and then of course you do need to be able to back it up with damage, because you need to kill him within the turns. I feel like the thing about this fight that could be really unfortunate is that he can dodge and he heals. So if you get like really unlucky and get really bad RNG, like he could dodge. It doesn't even really matter about the ceiling, right? Because as long as you're attack lowering him, potentially he's not going to be able to kill you in one turn. But like you could end up running out of turns because he keeps healing himself, and then your hardest hitting units on your team, he dodges their attacks. I don't know what his chance to dodge is. I feel like he hasn't really dodged that many times during this run. But yeah, like that's the thing that could be quite scary for doing some of these future runs, is that he could just straight up... you don't have your damage reduction anymore, which is kind of scary. He's been attack lowered a lot though, so if we do this and just get the super counter, or... because he's been attack lowered so much, normals shouldn't really do any damage now. But yeah, that's something that could definitely happen, where your like hardest hitting characters, he just keeps dodging them, and then you don't kill him before the turns run out. Hey, let's go. This probably kills him. Didn't crit though, but we killed him with a crit. But now we kill him before he gets to heal. So there you go. Managed to do it, but we only had like a couple of turns left. So bit tricky. Yeah, apparently he's been buffed on JP as well. A lot of the times when they make those adjustments, Global gets that right off the bat, but I believe that's not the case with this Metal Cooler. But I mean, obviously we could in future, like I say, as we've been doing for most of the rest of the run, just use like a Super Tech team. Because remember, Super Tech movie heroes is like an absolutely insane team, right? LR Gods, Piccolo, like Tech movie heroes is just a crazy team. So Super Tech is probably your best way to go against this Metal Cooler. But there you go. That is the full Battlefield run done. All W's. Didn't have to use any extra units. So we love to see that. We've got a bunch of stones along the way. And then we can grab the other ones from the gift box as well. I think I was at what, like 903 or something before we started. So yeah, go about 30 or 30, somewhere around 30 stones in total for doing the entire run. And then hopefully, I'm going to be making a separate video about this, but we'll put this in here at the end. Hopefully now we actually do have enough Battlefield currency to get the medals to Easy A, BABADI and DABURA, because I'll probably make one anyway, but otherwise we have a rant video incoming about the global Battlefield currency deficit. Yeah. So I have done every single Battlefield on global since it came out. I haven't bothered buying, as you can see in the shop. I haven't bought this Krillin. I did get the 18, but I haven't got this Krillin. I didn't get the Goku or the Vegeta. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I didn't buy. And I can't get the medals to Easy A, BABADI and DABURA. Even though I've done every Battlefield on global. Because global skipped a bunch of Battlefields in order to catch up to JP. But obviously haven't thought far enough ahead that they then haven't given out enough currency. So, and that's even with like they've added in a copy of these guys that came out recently. I can't get the extra copy of them. And yeah, I can't get all the medals to Easy A them, which is frankly ridiculous. But there you go. That was the full Battlefield run. I guess technically they do have the missions. It won't be enough to get those last couple of medals, but they do have the missions for completing it the 3 times, although those don't give you any actual Battlefield memories, do they? There's only the weekly ones now that give you like the 6,000 points every Monday. So yeah, there you go. That's the full Battlefield clear. Let me know how you guys got on down below. What's your strategy? What teams do you like to use? And what team did you use to beat Metal Cooler at the end? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Right. So yeah, that's super frustrating because like one of my videos for today was going to be the BABADI and DABURA EZA showcase, and then I kind of wanted to do them versus Kid Buu, and I can't do either of those things now because I can't EZA them because I can't buy their medals. So I'm not sure what they expect global players to do. Because like I say, I didn't like frivolously just go through the Battlefield shop and waste my points on a bunch of random stuff. I mean, like, obviously I have got all of the Battlefield LRs. Mainly because some of them I waited literally until they got their EZAs to get them. But yeah, so I've still got all like the Kais in there, these random copies of these guys. Bunch of like medals, like all of these you can see from like the number of times left. I've never bought any of these. I haven't wasted my Battlefield memories on like random stuff. And yeah, I don't have enough. So ridiculous. Because yeah, all I can do is get 29. So we can do yeah, we can literally do the first 2 steps of awakening, but we can't do the 3rd one. So we boost their leader skill. Technically we boost their super attack effect because once they get to SA 24, that's when they have the upgraded super attack effect. So in theory we can still get that, but should have summoned on the 2nd anniversary. I mean, I did, except it was for the Super Saiyan 4s, and they massively shafted me, so I didn't get either of them. I think it was the first time I'd ever, like, that was the 2nd anniversary, so that's like 7 years ago at this point. That was the first time I think I'd ever spent like 1,000 stones in one celebration, and I didn't get either of the Super Saiyan 4s. And you gotta remember, that's with like the 3+1 and all that crazy stuff, so... So where's the last one of these that doesn't want to work? I swear one time on stream when we were trying to see how long it would take, I think it took like 22 of these for one of them to work. And bearing in mind they have a 30% chance to work. So on average, 1 in every 3 or 4 should work. And we did like 22 in a row or something. Oh my god, come on. Bruh. Oh yeah, I know, I can tell RDGS is just trolling with that comment. He's not being serious. But yeah, like, that's the thing. That 2nd anniversary banner wasn't even good. So, I mean, obviously it had LR Gohan on it, but the rates to get him was super low, and the rest of the banner sucked. So, right. Get rid of some of these so I can actually claim all the other ones. Started playing 3 months ago in terms of Battlefield. I'm pretty much out of luck. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, for a newer player anyway, there's not really a lot of stuff in the Battlefield shop that is super worth getting. Like the LR EZAs, some of them are decent, but they age relatively quickly. Like realistically, the only ones that you would even use now, Hachiak could be useful in one of the missions from the anniversary. Metal Cooler Army can still be okay as a support, but are not going to be tanking supers or anything. I guess Oob can still be okay in some setups because of the healing and like attack lowering and stuff, but again, his like defense isn't particularly great. So like the Battlefield LRs aren't super worth it, so it's not a huge loss if you're a newer player that you're not really going to be able to get many of them. But yeah, the Ginyu LRs I guess can still be kind of good for the physical Ginyu LR for that team, especially with the new you know, LR Ginyu that comes out, but I usually only ever sell like 50 of these or something at a time, so it's good to just get rid of a bunch, and then hopefully should be able to take all of these from the gift box now. Hey, there we go. Alright. How much Battlefield currency does it cost to easy A them? I'm not sure. I was able to buy, what, 29 medals? And then this is the first time in like years that I've had no Battlefield currency, because I normally don't buy anything from the shop. So annoyingly, what I should have done is I shouldn't have bought the extra copies to rainbow them. I should have just bought like 2, and then I'd have been able to have them easy A'd, but they'd have only been 79%, instead of now they're rainbowed but can't be easy A'd. Because yeah, we need 20 medals and I have 4. 675,000. So yeah, that means you get what, somewhere around 200,000 from one run, which means that I wouldn't be able to easy A them now until we've had like 3 more battlefields. Well, in total I only need to do what, like 1 more, but and then of course it just depends whatever comes out after that. Because obviously, like, then there's a copy of Frieza and Cell that I can't get. So I might make a post and tag the global thing at some point. Not that they ever reply to any of those things, but the fact that I actually can't get the last medals for them is ridiculous. Because like I said, I have done, I mean, I guess I could, well, I suppose I don't know how risky they actually are to use anymore. I was going to say I could do this showcase on the private server, but I guess I'll just take the screenshot of that. But then at the private server, the last time I checked, it wasn't even working anyway, so but yeah, so there you go. We can't easy A them, which is annoying, because that's I mean, I guess I'll like be making the rant video instead of the showcase video, but that's other stuff for them that I wanted to do. Oh, I just knocked my stream deck and now it's actually come on. I think the cable on the back might be loose. Is this the case for every global player? I mean, I guess in theory, I guess it depends how much that 18 would have cost. I probably could have got those last 16 medals, let's see. Because she'd have been the same price as the Krillin. And I got the copies of her back when we were trying to do the Androids Extreme Super Battle Road with no items. I was basically trying every possible option, so I got her because she has, I think she has dodge built in or something. Yeah, so the copies were 70,000, which means I bought, what, the 5 copies of her, so that was 350,000, and then those are 15,000 each. So yeah, I would have been able to divide it by 15,000. Yeah, I would have been able to get all the medals if like 3 or 4 years ago or whenever it was I didn't buy the AGL Android 18 from the Battlefield shop. I would have been able to easy A BABADI and DABURA now. But because of that one decision that was made, like I say, like 3 years ago or something, I now can't easy A these guys, even though I've done every single easy A, every single Battlefield that's come out on Global since the very first one. All of those weekly missions where it's like beat 3 stages in a Battlefield overall and you get like 6,000 Battlefield memories. I always do those as well. Because I remember Minato mentioning the other day that he doesn't even bother to do those half the time. And yeah, I've done all of those and I still actually can't get the medals, which is ridiculous. So yeah, I'll make a video complaining about that later. Yo, Carlos King, how's it going? But yeah, so there we go. So now that we're not going to be doing BABADI and DABURA versus the Kid Buu Red Zone, We have all 6 of our Kid Buu red zone attempts for the day. So I guess we will probably have to go ahead and do something like that for some videos. So I'm trying to think, what teams have we done already? So versus Kid Buu. So we did 21 yesterday. And then we've done the Vegito Blue team, like AGL Vegito Blue. We did that funny Earthlings run. We've done Saiyan Day Vegeta. We did the funny Ghost Usher turn. We did the trying to do Heroes. And then I think that's it. We've just done like then we did obviously Sworn Enemies and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. I say I'll record that. I'll make the rant video about Battlefield after the stream. Use up this other boost here, and that pretty much uses up all of our stamina. And then we can jump into some Kid Buu red zone stuff. Oh yeah, I did Frieza as well. I've done Frieza versus Kid Buu. That was the day after Frieza came out. We did that, I think. Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Use the items in this fight as well. Universe 6 seems doable. How many of them have unarmed super attacks though? Because I feel like don't Tech Kale and Tech Khalifa and STR Kale both have unarmed super attacks? Yeah, imagine that. Call it like using the anniversary units on global early, and then in brackets from wish.com or something. No, I meant to use the other items. Right, we'll use that in the next one. So it's like physical Broly, AGL Gogeta, physical Gohan, Gamma 1 and 2. Who else? Use the Krillin and 18 from the Tournament of Power instead of the AGL Banner Unit one. And then Golden Throughout. I guess that's too many units. I was going to say, and then Golden Frieza. That would be kind of funny. That is actually a good idea. We'll do that. 9th anniversary countdown. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why I'm using the items, is just because of that mission. Alright, so anniversary team from wish.com is what I'll put in my notes so I remember it. Yeah, the free-to-play Golden Frieza. Thing is, what event are we going to do? Because that team is obviously not going to be very good. Although we can't do anything too easy. I was going to say, because we can't do the anniversary Blue Gogeta event, we could do the Blue Gogeta Dokkan event, but that would be too easy, and then the video would be very short. ISDBH stage. Use the free-to-play gammas. Well, I mean, that depends on the stage, I guess. Like, if we're going to do an easy one as part of the joke, then we'll use the worst versions of the characters, but... I don't know why I didn't just put it on auto now after I've done the use the items. Could do. Infinite Dragon Ball history, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if you were trying to say Infinite Super Dragon Ball history because of like there was that stage that they did that time with the Time Patrol, but I don't know. Did they? They never put that in the Portal of Memories, did they? All my Clash LRs are a little overpriced. Oh yes, they are. We're gonna have a whole video about that coming out later today. Because I literally can't easy A BABADI and DABURA because of how much everything costs in the Battlefield shop. So, that'll be fun. Nice, get a Trunks Link level up. Yeah, I've got one copy of Frieza and Cell. They've added another copy, but can't get them. I think Heroes. I think we'll still get the Hero Celebration. You got to remember as well with how much they plan celebrations and stuff in advance. I mean, I guess they also would have known about the announcement of Heroes before, like the public, but I feel like if there was going to be a Hero Celebration this year, which I'm hoping there still will be, it will have already been planned like ahead of time. Yeah, the super easy A medals. Oh boy. I like how Kid Boo's on like both of those things. Only the art's only in a slightly different place. Shouldn't have bought and rainbowed all the TURs from the Battlefield shop. Yeah, exactly. Like literally, I only bought one of them, and I can't get enough to get the rest of the things. It's crazy. I'm sure we did a Universe 6 challenge run against something the other day. We just have Kid Buu on the team, because why not? To the number 3 Heroes fan. Oh, good. So she's got an unarmed super. Then when she transforms, she doesn't. Okay. Kefla, Caulifla. I thought she did. I could have sworn hers started off with a punch. Yours does at first, then doesn't. Okay. Yours does, right? No. Interesting. Okay, they're 12 key does. Probably wouldn't want to be running them on the team anyway. Fado's lowers attack, but does kind of rely on dodge, which is not ideal. The problem is, if we bring physical characters, they have the absolute possibility of getting destroyed by the STR phase. These guys, do they lower attack? No, they just raise defense. Hit does, but obviously hit it has type disadvantage against the main Buu, so that's not ideal, because doesn't he lower with his passive as well? Does she have the same? You know, her secondary dodge isn't as good, so she's only really useful in those events where you know the dodge is like guaranteed. I guess we'll just bring Champa and see what happens. Universe 6, and then... yeah, so they won't get the full lead, but... they've announced the emblems of cooperation will expire on June 30th. Me trying to save some for the memories. Wait, where can they... do you mean memories as in just saving them, or are you... For a second, I thought you were like, wait, you can get Battlefield memories with those? I need them. Isn't Frost decent? I don't think so. I think he, well, I guess he can be sometimes. He does lower attack as well. I don't have a lot of characters on the team that lower attack, but I just don't think his defense is good enough. We'll see. We'll see how we get on, I guess. Yeah, I think my cable on the back of here is being weird because I just knocked something and it's gone off. The thing's gone off again. Stupid Stream Deck. I'll bring Cabbage and then a friend lead Kefla. That might not be the worst idea. Good old Cabbage. Yeah, there's a Kale, but not a Kefla, which is kind of funny. Loves putting this one on, doesn't it? Alright, well, let's give this a try. And of course we get Champa on turn 1. Alright, so we're going to try out Universe 6 versus Red Zone Kid Buu. It's a full Universe 6 team, so not like, you know, using any other characters under Kale's leader skill. She does have Transformation Boost as a lead. I don't know if Champa can even actually take any hits from Kid Buu. Also, you don't have guard because there's no Caulifla on the rotation. It's a pretty sketchy start, all things being said, so... I'm probably just going to go ahead and do this straight away just to make sure Champa doesn't get immediately killed. But she may still do, but... damn. Now the thing is with Kale as well, before she transforms, she has an unarmed super attack, so... we'll basically have to transform her against Kid Buu, like, straight away. Which, I mean, makes sense anyway, because she is better transformed. The only time you want to hold off on transforming her is in longer events, because once she's transformed, she gets a buff only for a certain number of turns. So in longer events, you don't want to transform her straight away, because then the buff will run out before you get to the last part. But in a shorter event like this one, we will just want to transform her straight away. Typical Kefla's in slot 7 as well. So Kale, there's no Caulifla on the rotation, so she doesn't have guard. Jeez. Okay, yeah, I think even with the Whis active, the Princess Snake active here, Champa's probably still getting clapped. Double super though. Okay, he took less damage than Kale with him having type disadvantage. Interesting. He does get a lot of defense on super, but yikes. What a terrible turn. So I either have to rely on Vados to dodge the super at the end with lower dodge chance, or rely on her to dodge at the beginning, because if she gets hit by an attack pre-super, she'll probably die. I mean, I guess I have to do that, right? Because she has the attack lowering, so I need her on rotation for the actual int Kid Buu. Of course. She literally just has to dodge one attack and then she gets a massive defense buff, but she didn't. And now there's a Kefla friend. This team is just always going to suffer without the fact that the team needs a new Caulifla, otherwise that STR Kale is going to be in trouble.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so we're going to try a slightly different build here, where we're bringing a Kefla friend, because now that means instead of Champa, we're running STR Kaba instead. Because by bringing the Kefla friend, we have enough STR allies for him to have his full passive active. So that should help. The 4 orbs for you. Also, Kefla actually being on the first turn means we can start getting some build up straight away. Caulifla on this team build has, I think, actually, with the right, does she have over the 100% dodge chance with this team build? Because everyone on the team is Universe 6. And then everyone except Vados and Kaba are Peppy Girl's characters. So I think she has over 100%. So Tech Caulifla literally cannot get hit. Yeah, because it's like 8% per thing, right? And we've got like all 7 units on the team are Universe 6. So that's already 56%. And then 5 of them are Peppy Gals. Oh no, she has it's the 96, so she's got the 96% dodge build. So there's a 4% chance that she can get hit by any attack. Which isn't terrible. This is not a great turn though. Can Kale should be able to eat the super. The only problem is I need the orbs for Kaba, and then can I actually get 6 orbs for Kefla? Not quite, annoyingly. Alright, well, we'll just do that. Because KO has type advantage, and then depending on how many supers she does in the turn, she gets damage reduction. So, I guess it's just down to the RNG at this point. The big thing to remember about the battlefield bosses is in that third phase, like level 3, all of those bosses, they can basically all be sealed and attack lowered. So I want to try and make sure your teams are bringing those kinds of characters. Yeah, come on, KO, that's it. Get these additional supers. Build up that damage reduction. That's the thing. I don't need her to take double digits from the super. Just ideally don't take too much. And then we'll be alright. Okay, triple super. She should hopefully be looking alright here. Is this my one? Yeah, I think mine does have a bit of dodge as well, but clearly not a lot, as you can see. Oh, let's go. I mean, that's what you want. If you're only going to dodge one attack, take all the double-digit normals and then dodge the super. That's what you want to see. See, annoyingly, I want to keep Kefla around, but I also kind of need to float these guys. I keep these guys together, otherwise they're not going to be very good. So that keeps the physical orb there where I can still get it. Yep, dodge that. Nice. Good, good. Alright, now see, again, this is what I was saying, right? I thought when we were building this team, when someone suggested Universe 6 versus Buu, I was like, don't these guys have unarmed super? Like, how is that not an unarmed super attack? She literally just starts off by punching him in the face, but that's not an unarmed super, apparently. And then I'm pretty sure Kale's is the same. Like, I just thought both of them did unarmed supers, but apparently they don't. Unfortunately, none of these guys lower attack either, so all of this is just building up Kid Buu, which I think potentially doesn't bode well for Kefla in slot 3. I feel like she basically has to just dodge everything, otherwise she takes loads of damage, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see, even Kale with guard took 200k, so I think Kefla just has to dodge every single attack, otherwise she dies. Which is kind of awkward. A decent bit of damage for the turn, but yeah, 422k. That's crazy. That was like a really good first rotation for that fight as well, like for Int Kid Buu, and that's how much damage we end up taking. Yeah, Tech Movie Heroes I think is your best bet for beating that Cooler. Like obviously we use the Heroes team because Heroes team's fun. Oh, I could use a non-easy A Kefla, that'd be good. As always, the friend system being complete and utter garbage, so I don't have a Kale or Kefla friend to use now. Trying to think for when we do this next, who we put on instead of you. It's like these guys, once they get their easy A, will probably just crush it. But don't really want Gohan with his key issues. I guess you, because we can have the Buu, like, Big Bad Bosses rotation. Alright, so we have to reset the friends list in order to get the friend one come up. I think. Just going back into it, I don't think we'll... The problem is, Warzone, is the damage. It's actually being able to kill him. Because I used that team with the physical Buu Saga duo, and even after we did the turn where we got both the Spirit Bombs in one turn, the lowest I managed to get him was half HP, and then like by the time we got like 10 turns later, he was back to full health. I love that Super Vegeta can still do that. We're like stage 300 and Super Vegeta still one-shots him. Good stuff. Yeah, what stage shall I do for that, like the fake anniversary team? Because I can either do a proper stage and just die a bunch, and that'll be kind of funny, or just do a really easy stage, which could potentially still be funny, but could do Cell Max, like Cell Max Red Zone, and talk about the fact there's a new Cell Max stage coming out, or normal Cell, or just the normal Cell Max, and then that would probably be way too hard anyway. Oh, this friend system. Shout out to Drace for that great trash take from Friday's podcast that the friend system is fine as it is and doesn't need updating yet. Literally can't run the team that I want to run because of the friend system. Who else is here who's actually on my friends list in the game and can set either Kefla or Kale for me? Because we use Talus as Kefla. I can set Kale. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, friend system is beautiful. Oh yeah. Can't run the team I want to run, but it's fine. Just used my full dodge KO and she got cooked. I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting great things, but I want to do at least one more run because then that makes up a video. And even if the team sucks against Kid Buu, having like 3 runs in the video makes it like a decent length. And we'll just use items for the next one as well and see how we get on. Oh, look, it's this same rotation again. Yeah, Vegeta gets Saiyan Pride from Carbo, which gives him a pretty decent extra attack boost as well. Alright, now let's see. I guess the easiest way, rather than backing out of all the menus, is just to check it in this one. Alright, there we go. So we've either got Kefla or... I suppose we'll try Kefla again because we've got Carver on the team. And we'll use the... Let's use the Zeno support memory so we get the buff for the universe survival characters. And then we'll bring a Whis just to make sure we can get through the first phase.
Right, let's do this.
I'm going to struggle to get 6 orbs for Kefla here, aren't I? Because if I do this, it's just going to drop the greens down. Will the oranges connect at the side, actually? They might. No, they didn't. Alright, well. Alright, so we jump back in with the same build, right, with the Kefla friend, so we can use the Kaba. I've brought the Zeno support memory, so all the universe survival saga characters are getting a buff. And I've thrown out a Whis here on the first turn, just to kind of make sure we can get through the STR Kid Buu. We've done a couple of videos like this over the last few days, trying out some of these older teams versus the Kid Buu stage, and I think it does pretty much cement, at least for global, because again, like, can't really compare to the anniversary content because I haven't had a chance to play it enough, right? But like, Kid Buu is definitely the hardest boss on global. The fact that, like, once you've hit him a certain number of times, like, his normal attacks are doing over 1 million damage. So we've seen multiple times that, like, in, you know, over these different videos we've done using different units against Kid Buu, that characters that we would normally expect to be tanking attacks for like double-digit damage, or even, you know, maybe like 20 to 50k, are just getting absolutely destroyed by him in phase. So obviously, you know, it's the one thing, you want to beat the stage, and then there are missions. But outside of that, like, certain teams are just not going to be usable, essentially, against this fight, which is kind of crazy. I should do this, really, because of the incoming super, but I very much need Vados to dodge this attack in the first slot. Because, yeah, you ideally want to have a lot of units that can lower attack on the team, because that does help a significant amount. Like, we had that run that I put up the other day where we almost did Kid Buu with the Earthlings team, because almost every single unit on the team was just nerfing his attack. But, like, on this team, for example, I think only Vados lowers attack. So, and a lot of the characters, especially like Kefla, do additional supers, Kale as well, like AGL Kale. So, of course, additional supers are then just making him hit you harder. And we saw in that previous clip, like, the amount of damage Kefla taking by not dodging, even after getting a double super turn. Like, normally, she'd be tanking relatively well post-super, but Kid Buu just absolutely destroys, like, some of these characters, which is wild. Yeah, Kefla should hopefully be dodging the super at the end here. Like I say, she only has a 4% chance to actually get hit by any attacks. So she should be good for most of the duration. We have to really worry about Kale here as well, though. Because Kale, with no Caulifla on the turn, means, again, she's not going to be guarding on this turn. So I think, again, we probably just have to throw the Whis out here. I mean, there are certain teams... It kind of just comes back to the age-old argument about items versus no items. And I know most people don't care anyway. If you're just trying to beat the stage, especially if there's a mission, and you're not restricted from using items, then you might as well just use them. But there definitely is from testing out some of the teams that we've been using in some of these videos and everything. Like, there are teams that just absolutely are not going to be able to do Kid Buu with no IMs. Kaba would have eaten that relatively well anyway. Defense, guard, like post super defense. I don't know if he would take double digits without the item, but Kaba obviously very good here in slot 1. Kale with no damage reduction is a bit scary. No guard, but she at least does have the damage reduction from the Whis. Every super attack is infinitely stacking her defense. And then, of course, we floated off Tech Caulifla, so on this next rotation, we will have the two of them together. So then at least they will have their guard, additional supers and whatnot. Yeah, 200k, damn. With a Whis active. That's crazy. And then, of course, Kale can't damage Ink Kid Buu. 200k on Kale with a Whis active. Oh, great. They both have to be in the same form as well, don't they? So they can't link. Well, this is awkward. We do have the Whis active, but... we also can't get 6 orbs. Good. Okay, well, I guess we just do that. Do that. We still got the Whis active, but... as soon as we don't dodge anything with Kefla, we're dead. Ooh, good stuff. Right, now post-super with the Whis, I actually don't know how much Kefla would take. What was it she took in that last clip where we died? It was like 400 and something K. That was without a Whis active. Now, at least Vados does lower attack. She also massively raises defense on super. She gets a bit of defense when she dodges as well. 91k. That's actually crazy considering how much he's hitting for with those attacks. How well Vados actually tanks. Compared to some of these other characters on the team even. So... but yeah, Kefla, obviously, you know, whilst we are buffing his attack by building up, hitting him all these times, Kefla is able to do quite a lot of damage. Okay, good. But now we've used all our items and everything, so this is where it's... oh, we're not quite below 50% HP either. That's super awkward. Alright, so we do this, do this. This will get us a good heal, because what's your defense now? It's not actually that high, but... still get a good heal out of that. What? Well, there you go. There's that 4% chance. Unbelievable. Well, there you go. I guess that's fate right there. So, Universe 6 team. Yeah, not very good against Kid Buu, unsurprisingly, as many teams will not be. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If there's any other teams you guys want to see me take up against the Kid Buu event, do let me know down below in the comment section. Actually, that is the equivalent of getting like a level 4 dodge, right? 4%. She has a 96% chance to dodge, and she got hit. Ridiculous. There was me on that turn like, oh, we'll put her in slot 1. Look at all these attacks that are stacked up, like, after she attacked. I think there's like 5 or 6. And I was like, she's just going to dodge all of those. Well, there you go. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, well there we go. So that is the end of that one. We'll get that video put up at some point, but that is going to be the end of the stream as well. So yeah, Battlefield wasn't too bad. That video with the full run will go up. I might do a video for... I did it in the past for Broly, I think. I don't know if I ever did it for Vegeta, but a video that's like recommending some of the best units to use against Metal Cooler for anyone who does struggle. So I might do that for later as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream for today. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going away today, but we'll be back tomorrow fairly late, so probably won't be another stream until Wednesday. What is out? When is the Bardock EZA out? Because I know I'll need to make the team building guide for him, but I don't think he's out until either Friday or next week. Let's have a quick look in the celebration info. Alright, so we've got the Red Zone, we've got Ultimate Clash, and then Bardock's EZA. Yeah, it's Friday. So I won't need to do the team building guide for him until Thursday. Petan back again already on Friday. Interesting. And then the Super Strike revamp for Chilled is on Friday. So there's a bunch of stuff on Friday. Not much for the rest of the week. So we'll have to entertain ourselves with various things. But remember to do all your countdown missions and all that stuff. But yeah, that is going to be it for the stream. I'll see you guys again soon. I appreciate you all coming out. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Check out the second channel. The links are pinned in the chat. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Yeah, you know we got to get in there again.